Okay, I got a story for you all. Because this is a story that I heard like when I first came to Hollywood, right? Back in the day. This is an Ashton Kutcher murder story. You ever heard about this?
No, but Ashton Kutcher is alive, correct? Like, don't.
He is alive.
Okay.
But he had to testify in a murder case as a result of this shit.
Why?
And this is a true story because this predates fucking TikTok when I heard about this shit. Listen to this.
Did you know that Ashton Kutcher was supposed to go on a date with a girl the night she was murdered?
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Back in February of 2001, a girl named Ashley Ellerin was brutally murdered in her apartment. Ashley was a girl that Ashton Kutcher had been seeing very casually. They had plans to go to a Grammys after party together. So Ashton calls her around like 8 p.m.-ish and he's like, hey, I'm gonna come pick you up soon. Be ready. Then Ashton doesn't show up at her apartment until about an hour after he made that call.
Okay.
He gets to her apartment about 10 p.m. and he calls her and she's not answering. He knocks on the door, no answer at the door. She tries to open the door, can't get in, it's locked. Then he goes over to the window of her apartment and he sees a giant red stain on the ground. In his mind, he said, oh, like that must be a wine stain or that must be like a spill or something. Whatever, I'm getting ghosted, gonna cut my losses, moving on.
And he left?
He left.
Babe.
No, right? Okay, it gets freaking crazier. So then the next morning, Ashley's roommate comes home to find Ashley brutally murdered.
I'm not the brutal.
Ashley's roommate calls the police, reports the murder, obviously. Ashton Kutcher got wind of it, immediately called the police. And he was like, hey, my fingerprints are gonna be all over the door and potentially her apartment. This is a girl I was hooking up with. I went to her house last night to pick her up. She didn't answer.
Was this to cover his tracks?
I don't know. So the police are like, okay, great. Thanks for letting us know. So they investigate the murder. Years later, they come to terms that it was a serial killer that had killed her. The serial killer was called the Hollywood Ripper. But here's where things get a little confusing. The investigators never found the Hollywood Ripper's DNA in the apartment. This serial killer actually happened to be Ashley Ellerin's neighbor. So they tied him to this murder.
Next door to this girl's house.
Yes.
It's interesting there were no fingerprints if they showed up at his other crime scenes.
Exactly. Ashton Kutcher even went to the trial and he testified. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit, but stay with me.
Okay.
Do you remember Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis's co-star in that 70s show, Danny Masterson?
Yeah, I do know him. Wasn't he convicted of a rape charge?
Yes.
It's awful.
Multiple rape
Ashton
charges.
Kutcher and Mila Kunis wrote these really heartfelt letters to the judge being like, Danny's an amazing person. He's a role model.
Stop.
Those letters ended up getting leaked to the public.
Yeah.
One of Danny Masterson's rape victims wrote on social media on her story, she posted, Dear Ashton, I know the secrets your role model keeps for you. Role model being Danny Masterson. Ones that would end you. Did you forget I was there? You were on speakerphone the night you called Danny on February 21st, 2001, which is the night of Ashley Ellerin's murder.
You've got to be kidding.
I heard everything. I heard the plan. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your mentor. I think Ashton Kutcher may have been blackmailed by Danny Masterson because listen to this. He made a call to two people the night of the murder, Danny Masterson and his publicist.
Are they saying?
Now, here's the wild shit. One of the chicks who's so I'm bartending, and one of the girls claiming to be a part of his publicist network was telling me, this like after all this happened now, telling me like, you know, how she had to fucking, how they had to fix this so that he doesn't get accused of murder. No, when they say fix it, mean like get the right story out so people didn't think that he did it, you know what I mean?
Did he do it?
I don't know. I mean, most likely it was a fucking serial killer.
I mean,
but this back when I was working at Barney's. So this was years after it happened, but this girl was talking about being a publicist and like how.
She said it was connected to the neighbor though.
Yeah, because the neighbor was a serial killer.
Oh, okay. No.
The neighbor was
No, they thought it was the Hollywood serial killer, but it wasn't. It was actually the neighbor.
The neighbor is the Hollywood serial killer.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, the Hollywood Ripper
but
was the
his DNA was never found in there. That's what they said.
No. So but that doesn't mean he didn't do it. And that doesn't mean that Ashton killed her. And just because the girl said that, you know what I mean?
But to call both those people... Huh? And then to say that I heard the plan on speaker and stuff. But I guess maybe it's what he said. Doesn't mean he was saying he killed her, but maybe he said this dumb bitch got murdered.
And they did write, him and Mila Kunis did write letters for Danny Masterson that got leaked. You remember that what happened? They got in trouble for that shit?
I don't.
Because they were trying to convince the judge to give him less time.
That's wild.
Okay.
What's up, G Money?
But if you're my boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, firstly, you have to look at this from Ashton Kutcher's perspective. Maybe Danny Masterson is his boy, and he's going like, well, there's no way Danny Masterson would have done this. I don't believe it. So I'm writing a letter to say he's a good person. Even though the majority of the public thinks he did it. Mm-hmm. You know, so maybe it's one of those situations. I don't know.
I was like, did you want to make it a little more convincing? That was not helpful at all. We were like waiting for you to be like, No,
but I'm just saying, maybe he thinks that Danny Masterson didn't do it. Therefore, he wrote the letters saying that his boy is a good boy. You know what I mean?
I think that's a lot to stand behind. I think that really is a test of friendship.
But you've never heard any of his murder shit before?
No, I never heard the murder shit. They covered it up
But that's because the Publicist was fucking legit. They jumped out on that right away. So the fact he called his Publicist that night could be an indication like, hey, this chick dead, I don't want to get blamed for this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, but she was on it. She covered it from news outlets and stuff too. Like that's.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it never really went that big. It was never about him.
But it might now.
You know, no, but I mean, this years later, you can't fucking prove shit now.
Yes, we love the internet loves a good throwback to like.
Yeah, but you can't prove that shit.
We love a good conspiracy.
Imagine motherfuckers on TikTok solve this now.
That's what I'm saying.
And I never go to jail. But I think a lot of people already jumped in and tried. Like,
I'll be right back.
Where you going?
I have to. Just ladies.
Take the speaker so we can hear.
No, that's weird.
We like the sound effects.
No,
come on. Make a lot of noise with the zipper.
No,
yeah, just take this, please. I don't know. I was calling in the cops and saying the DNA is sketchy. Well, hold on now. But you gotta understand, Kyle. This is the thing with a publicist. Their sole purpose in life is to clean shit up and protect the actor. Okay, so they have to think of how to approach the police and what to say. And plop, that's it, Brittany. And in their defense, you know, if me and Brittany have a thing, right? And I'm over at Brittany's house all the time, dude, my DNA is gonna be all over the house. My fingerprints, my clothes, my shirt, that shit like this, right? So, I mean, naturally you would accuse me of being a suspect. So my publicists need to jump in and get in early and be like, hey, you know, Sky had nothing to do with this, but you can find his DNA at the house. John Voight was in an incident at a boat. I don't know about John Voight. I remember my boy who used to play the $6 million man, Steve, I can't remember his name. Why are you forever trying to get me beaten up? Why are you trying to get to beat you up? Clean shit up, no pun intended. I'm just saying, like, did he? No, because remember, Kalito, celebrities are just like regular people. They have the same amount of bullshit going on as everybody else, if not more. And they have some wild parties out there, you know, drugs, crazy shit. So, I mean, look, it is what it is. But you know, so who knows? But that's a publicist's job, to clean shit up. Like Diddy's publicist. Okay, let me tell you how publicists work though. This guy sniffed the chair. Kalito, I'm not sniffing no motherfucking chair on camera, okay? You imagine I sniff this chair right now on camera? You realize I can't on me? Like, think about this, guys. I'm a foot away from losing everything right now. All I gotta do is put my nose here and then I'm fucked, okay? Oh my God, he's so disgusting. I smell the chair.
Ew. No, you didn't. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it smelled like lavender, homeboy.
That's gross.
I did not
You're
smell.
Disgusting.
I did not smell. I did not smell the fucking chair.
Way to get canceled.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I know. I told him I would get canceled if I fucking did that.
No, I would cancel him for you guys.
I was a foot away from getting canceled, homeboy. I was a foot away.
Yeah.